Bombshell evidence in the case is Alan's own confessions, and we didn't know about this because there was so little information that came out before trial. But now we have 60 instances where Alan has confessed to killing Abby and Libby, and I think ultimately that's what's going to be what convicts him. The defense's best argument is to argue that Alan has a mental illness or psychotic, and that's why he confessed, or that it was coerced. And the evidence they have to support that is the instances where Alan ate feces, took off his clothes, washed his face in the toilet. That's not typical behavior of someone who's making a knowing and voluntary confession. This is a high-profile trial in a very small town, and there's going to be a lot of pressure on those jurors to return a guilty verdict. It's not going to be easy for a juror to hold out and potentially hang this panel, especially when we're talking about such a gruesome murder where these young girls' throats were slashed. I would be surprised if this is anything other than a guilty verdict. In addition to his confessions, there's evidence that puts him at the scene. There's the unspent round. There's his cell phone evidence, the video of his Ford Focus, and even before he was arrested, his admission that he was there. So I think that is going to be enough, combined with his confessions in jail, to convict him. Frankly, the defense's better argument was the Odinism argument, that the girls were killed, their bodies were moved and staged as part of a pagan ritual sacrifice. The judge thought there wasn't enough evidence of this and excluded it. So Alan does have an argument on appeal. But part of this Odinism argument is that there were white supremacist guards in the prison that coerced Alan to make these confessions. Not saying it's a good argument, but it's a better argument than what Alan's lawyers are trying to make right now, that it wasn't him and the confessions weren't voluntary. The reason Odinism is a better argument is it provides an alternate theory for the jurors. There really isn't one right now. The defense obviously can point to reasonable doubt, but it's certainly much stronger if you have some other explanation for those jurors.